Unpopular Celebrities podcast is all unofficial. None of the conversations or comments from us or guests represent DOD or the armed forces.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
Anything that. What up? What up? What up? Can you hear
Yo,
me?
go
Oh,
bird.
yeah.
Yep,
You said what?
go birds. I'm just
You
replying.
freaking
Go bird.
hater. All right, let's see how.
Don't you dare. Oh man, that looks a lot better.
A lot better?
Yes, that looks a lot better.
Okay, good.
That looks professional.
Hey.
That looks a lot better.
Hey.
The only critique I would add is it would be nice if the background was like black and gold, like the logo.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, the camera view looks a lot better.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna have to figure it out when we have 3 or 4 on there.
Oh, I
But
got that figured out.
that's really good.
You want to
do?
see what 3 or 4 look like?
Sure, why not?
Oh, well, I got you added in there, but you'll be able to see it for a quick second on the actual live. I got you. There it goes right there. I got you added,
Okay.
so I took it off.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Yeah, so
Good on you.
yeah, it didn't take too long. Couple improvements, couple things I got to add from the other one. That's a lot better than this is set up, but see how it works.
Yeah, it looks a lot better. Very good.
I'm trying to see if we're on. I don't think we're on YouTube. Let me make sure. 1 second, y'all. Oh yeah, we are. Okay. Yeah, it looks good on YouTube. Yeah.
It looks good. It looks a lot better, man.
All right, so people stop talking shit.
No, hey, that was good feedback, man, because I agree with him.
Yeah,
It's just
he has
trying
some
to,
good feedback.
what he doesn't understand or know is that we're still new to this platform as far as
Right.
OBS, so we're still trying to figure it out. So that's okay. We
See
knew
the
this already.
Somebody's watching on YouTube right now. You see, oh, you can't see it on the live. You can see the little one up there.
Yeah, I
Somebody's
see it.
watching. Yeah, somebody, and then the
Oh, that's
Twitch.
what's up.
Yeah, I gotta add the face.
Hey, welcome to whoever's watching on YouTube. Do us
Yeah.
a favor and drop in the comments who you are, your hashtag, so
Hashtag.
we can give you the proper credit.
Yeah, dope. What about to say? Squid Games.
Squid Game.
Episode 5.
Squid Game.
Oh man, you know what? I got it too. Hold on.
Squid Game. What you looking for?
There we go. 3, 4, 5, 6.
He count down.
Yeah.
Or you could copyright strike.
Yeah, not trying to be copyright.
Hey, can I do let's do a quick intro real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to Unpopular Celebrities. I am Philly DC with my co-host Pete. We are two of four of Unpopular Celebrity
50%.
hosts. 50%. We welcome you here listening to our show. We have shows every 2 weeks on Sundays, and we have been covering the great series Squid Game Season 2. We are in episode 4. Fair warning, everything we discuss here when we do our review, there will be plenty of spoilers. So if you have not watched episode 4 Squid Game Season 2, hey, go watch it first, then come back and listen to this or watch this. So plenty of spoilers. And then if you got any comments you want to add as far as what you thought about the episode, please put them in the comments.
Definitely. That's a good intro. That's a really good intro.
Thank you.
So
You should have just went like this.
yeah, for real.
That's what I'm do at work.
Doing that. Yeah. I tried to do it today at work. Ain't nobody got it. Ain't nobody got it. I was pretty pissed off, but try better. All right. So recap season 5, or excuse me, episode 5, season 2. What's up, everybody in the chat, man? Let us know who's in the chat. Give us a shout out, man. Need to know. We give you a bomb, give you a buzz, gunshots. Say it with your chest. Whoever it is, let us know who's up in there, man. We appreciate y'all for listening in. It's not only live, but it will always be on our YouTube. People like these feedback, so we'll keep it going. All right, so let's just carry on to episode 5. 2 more to go, and the season's over. I stopped after 4, so at 4 they were playing that game where they go around the circle. Episode 5 picked it up with the transgender, the shaman, the mom's son, and the random girl who's looking for a friend. I don't know who she is. So they made it all the way around. They played the 5 games. So game number 1 was where, if you remember the subway, how they get on the show or get into the game, not the show. They throw the envelope down. They got to flip the other envelope. So that's game 1. Game 2, they got to throw the stone and knock over other stone, which seemed to be a struggle for a lot of people. But game 3, jacks. Right, they're playing some form of jacks. I forgot what it's called. Game 4 is, I'm forgetting. Is that the last game?
Yeah, you mean the mini games of the pentathlon?
Yeah. I thought there was 5 mini
Okay,
games.
so the first one was the card game,
the
envelope game. Second one was the stone.
Yeah.
Third was the jacks game with the little thing. Fourth was the spinning the top.
Good call.
And then the 5th was the hacky sack type challenge.
Yeah. So that group that we talked about made it all the way through with a couple seconds left, doing their 1-2-1-2. It's funny because the shaman, who you would think would be the most calm person, ended up having a panic attack trying to throw the top. She's like, yo, maybe the gods just want me to die. And the transgender slapped some sense to her, literally. It got her back on track. She flipped the top over and they went. From there, it quickly moved to, I guess, showing highlights of what the other teams were doing. And it seems like everybody was passing it. And then a lot of people didn't pass it and they got shot. At the end, it was interesting because the last group, 456 and what the freak is it? 456 and 001, the Marines and the pregnant girl were the last ones to go. When
Mhm.
they took off and went, everybody got the first try. So the envelope, the pregnant girl, bow, first try, got it. The rock throw, the Marine dude, bow, first try. The Jacks game, the one dude, man, hey, first try, boom,
Mhm.
boom, 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 boom. Then they got to the top throw. 001 was playing the top throw, and he struggled mildly. They had like 3 minutes to go. And he struggled, which almost set the team up for failure. He struggled so bad that he threw the top behind him. You know how that's possible, but he threw.
'Cause he did it on purpose.
Okay, okay. So he threw the
I'm
top.
pretty sure he did that on purpose.
So he threw
'Cause
the top.
I don't know if you noticed, there was a part when he threw it behind him, and then when he kneeled down and the camera focused on his face and he was upside down, it looked like he had a smirk on his face.
You catch all those little camera angles. I tell you what,
'Cause,
I missed that one.
not the flex, but, I took introduction to film in my undergrad class. I did pretty well.
Oh,
There's a
okay,
reason why they pan the cameras a certain way to kinda get the audience guessing.
okay. Small flex.
You know?
So that happened. I mean, fast forward, you guys know these are the main characters, so they're not gonna die. Uh, and they ended up going through to the next round. And the hacky sack was the interesting one because the guy was doing it in 001. Their feet were connected, 456 and 001. He kicked it 4 times. You got to kick it 5 times. And 001 extended his foot that was connected to 456 to make the fifth contact so they could pass and then move on to the move on and pass that game. Anything to add to that? I
Mhm.
think that's pretty much about it.
Only thing I would add is just as you'll see as we do more of the review on this episode, it seemed like this episode really strived to mostly focus on trying to tell a story to kind of bait us into to knowing that this may end up going to a season 3.
Mm.
And because you notice, like, we're already episode 4 and they're barely on game number 2.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll be pretty.
And
Go ahead.
I mean, although I love the pentathlon, like, I thought the positives are, I thought, again, the music was brilliant. I found myself yelling at the TV when they were
Yeah.
going around the track. It was just so brilliant, man. And then just to see the faces of the front man and Ho and 456 and everybody. There was times when the camera focused on the front man, it looked like he was having a good time, like, he
Mhm.
felt like he was one of them, similar
Mhm.
to Ilnam in season 1. It was
Mm.
hard for me. I had to remember, like, this dude is the enemy. He's the front man. Cause by the looks of it, he was having a great time until that part when he threw the top. I was like, "Ah, here he goes reverting back."
Yep, yep, yep. So, they ended up passing that. I'm trying to see if I remember anything else. From there, they went inside. People were upset that so many people passed the game because, of course, the money. And they went on to vote. And in the vote, remember the first time they voted for game one, they voted backwards 456001. This time they started 001 to 456. And 001, who voted to stay last time, voted to stop the game this time to, it seems like, to befriend 456 some more. I miss anything with that?
You mean as far as you mean it started to gravitate towards
Yeah, and
456?
you can continue on with the vote if you want to.
Yeah, I think,
Oh, I missed the part.
it's
Oh,
hard for
I missed
me.
the part.
It's huh?
I missed when they gave the real names. Or was that later on?
That was later on.
Okay,
I
go ahead.
know, frontman asked, 456 what his last name was and stuff. And some things I wanna kinda insert in there to consider or think about. There was this one portion during the games, one when you had I can't remember the player number, the one I was going through it was transgender.
Mhm.
When they were going around the track and just the bond they were making between the mother and the son, the shaman, well, that's another story. But in the transgender woman, when it was time for her to do her portion of the contest,
Yep.
she asked everybody to turn away.
Everybody.
Everybody turned away, and she started doing her challenge with, the hacky sack type of thing. But when the camera focused on her pants. I'm wondering how many people in the comments, tell me if you noticed this, but the reason why she told him to turn away is because when her leg was going up and down, it would have showed her male
Genitals?
genitalia
Okay.
that she didn't go completely through the process. It would shake and others would see it. And when she was talking to the old lady, she said she didn't want anybody to notice it and stare at her.
Right.
And if you notice the old lady, she was like, "Ha, ha, now I know how you got those things. They're so big." And she kind of reached out like she wanted to touch him. And her son kind of pulled her. I don't know about you guys, but I was talking to my co-host here earlier. It made me really think about, you know, my own thoughts about folks who are transgender and all the challenges they go through each and every day. These are just normal folks who are trying to live their life with the choices they made. They're no they're human just like everyone else, and they can do anything what anybody else can do. And at that time, when they were going around in the game, there was no question about whether she was male or female. All they knew is they needed her to do her job in the game to save their life, and she did. So it was interesting.
Yeah, she
That's a
said.
man, Maury. No eyes on me.
So that's why. God, dog. That's
And
why I thought about
while you
the
pause there, the
transgender
other thing
also.
too is there was a part when they all sat down after the game when they were going around asking people's names besides the numbers. There was one portion, remember 456 best friend who was in the Marine and the other guy who claimed he was in the Marines,
Hmm.
and they asked him, they said like, "Oh, yo, how did you know how to play that game?" "Oh, I play with my sisters."
Hmm.
And he was like, "Yo, your family let their only son join the Marines?"
Hmm.
And he paused and he was like, "Well, yeah, they tried to do it to make a man out of me. And, my dad was in Vietnam, you know." And I was like, I smell stolen valor. Perhaps this
Ooh.
guy may not have been in the Marine.
Ooh.
I think that's interesting because, in that culture, in Asian culture, they typically do not let their last son go into the military because it's their only
Oh.
son, to keep the family name going. So I think that's why they were surprised that he was in the Marines and he's the like family's only son. I'll
Hmm.
pause.
Very interesting. I cannot shake this cough. All right, so they went from there and they went back inside. They were talking, like he said, they went to go vote, and the votes were shaking up that it was pretty much 50-50, and 456 is about to come out there doing his announcement again, like, hey, we all need to stick together. And 001 decided to take that opportunity to speak up. Like, what the heck is wrong with y'all? We need to end this game. And then uh number 100 came up with some math and told everybody we just need one more game to get basically a better outcome because the winnings pretty much triple. So they are one more game. Look, that's why I said McWilliams. This dude be catching all the hidden joints.
And did you know the person that was saying one more game, remember that was the player with the most debt out of
Right,
all the players.
right. He has what 100 or 10 billion, 10 billion.
Mhm.
He even said that I owe more than that. So I mean, he's honest. So they went and did their hey McWilliams, I'm about to hit you with a hidden message that you didn't catch. So stay on, give it another minute, and I'll hit you with it. Because I'm sure you didn't catch it. So they did one more game, pretty much that one more game dominated to play one more game. So they were all going to bed. Well, before they did, the Marine ended up voting to go one more game while everybody else in that group of four wanted to go home. And he came in and apologized and talked about his debt and everything like that. His stolen valor counterpart was like, hey, we need to get our first names. I think everybody should do their first names. I'll go first. So he said his first name. The Marine said his first name. The girl said her first name. Well, 001, if you noticed, gave a false name. I forgot what he said his name meant. but he gave that false name, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's so cool," because his name is what's his real name or his name O N N O
His real name Inho.
In
He uses
Ho.
Inho as his
Yeah,
fake
and
name.
he said "Oh Young Ill" or something like that. It was
Mhm.
close but way off. So he gives a false name. Of course, everybody else gives their first name, and then G Hans gave his first name, and oh, his name meant one. Thank you, McWilliams. Look at you. Look at you. Yeah, his name meant one. So Ji Hung gave his first name. He's like, man, I need to know your last name. Why do you think he asked him for his last name?
Mm. Yeah, I have no
I
idea.
don't know
I'm
why
sorry.
either. I was really asking why you think he said his last name.
I don't know if I wonder because in the Asian culture, usually you get called by your last name versus your first name.
Oh,
At least in
true.
my experience.
Right, yeah, great point. He
That
said,
could be it.
hey, great point. Because he was wearing number one. I'll go with that. I'll buy
Mm.
with that for
All
$1.
right. Yeah, I'll
So
ride with that.
um So then it goes to a crucial scene that I don't know if anybody caught up on. Mick Williams, let me know if you caught up on this, or anybody else in chat. Let us know if you caught this. So my chief actually brought this to my attention, so I'm giving her credit so I don't get copyright. You remember the scene where they were passing out the milk? They were passing the
Mhm.
food,
Oh,
and
I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
okay,
I
go
caught
ahead,
on
you
to
go.
that.
I want to hear. I want to hear.
So when they were passing out the milk, those who watched season 1, Il
Uh-huh.
Nam, the old man who was also player number 001, who also went undercover to play the game and actually was behind the game, said in season 1 he didn't like milk as a child because it didn't sit well with him. Fast forward to season 2, the same thing was said by player 001, which may mean possibility that player 001 season 2 is the son of player 001 from season 1.
Yeah, that's exactly what my chief said. Hey, spot on. How did you catch that?
I mean, I'm a big Squid Game person, man. And there's
Dang.
one more. So wait a minute, is this the episode? Did they?
Oh
I'm trying to
Lord.
remember.
You and my chief be
Did they
spoiling this
capture the
crap for
boat?
me.
Did they? Did they?
No,
Did
no,
they?
no,
Okay,
no,
never
no,
mind.
no.
I'll go
God,
back to it
dog.
then. Okay, because there's something else that I think I thought about too, and I was like, it makes sense. But anyway, I'll say that for
Look,
another.
man, what you said she didn't catch that. Look at you. Okay,
Yeah.
hey.
Mhm.
Breaking news.
Hey,
Hey.
hey, hey, Juana, man, she usually is on point, so she gets a free pass on that one. She's been catching us on a lot of stuff
Yeah,
anyway.
true. True. So all right, so they did the milk thing. He said I can't drink the milk. So as you alluded to, he's 456 can't drink milk either. So he was like in episode 1, like you say, he's like, you're just like my son. And then he decided not to do that. So that would be an interesting
Mhm.
part if that comes out to be true. Interesting. All right. So then it got to a bunch of storylines from there, a bunch of different storylines. So the first one they could talk about is Thanos is still getting at 3333 or 333, telling them basically, don't think you could lead the game because you owe me more money. So you need to stay in the game. So they're still punking him pretty much.
Mhm.
Then their teammate, who's a little docile young man, they look like they're trying to punk him into basically doing whatever they say. Um, I don't even know his name or his number, but they're kind of punking him around. So that's like their new minion. The girl who's on the team with Thanos is pretty brilliant. She playing them like a fiddle, and they don't even know. Lying about her age so she could be like the more experienced elderly person. Um, and just basically said she joined their team because they're stupid and she could manipulate them whenever she wants and they have no idea. And said that she also told the docile guy, I brought you on team so I could trust you. So
Mhm.
interesting the dynamic with that one. Also with the voting, the mother and son went different ways. The son wanted to stay, the mom wants to leave.
Mhm.
So that created some turmoil with that group. But nothing too serious. It seems like they're getting over it. And then you had uh, the scene where 011, who is the soldier, got confronted by two males in a room, basically saying you're effing
Mhm.
this up for everybody. You need to stop messing this up. I don't know if you caught that part.
Yeah, the part when they bust in the room
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it was
yeah.
confronting player 11.
Yes.
What
I
part are
don't
you
know.
talking about? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that part. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I caught that part. So
Okay.
when they busted in, they they confronted her at knife point, and pretty much they're trying to get her to stop killing the contestants because they're trying to make money off of harvested organs because they can't do it if the player is dead, then the organs are no longer good. So they, cut her on her face, whatever, and then leave out of there. So the thing I'm confused about is like I'm thinking the front man does not know that this is going on, i.e., player 001, who is
Correct.
supposed to be the leader of the games. I don't think he knows what's going on because here's why. If you remember the games between the businessmen, the envelope game, right? Remember when he was playing the envelope game with 456
Mhm.
and no, not envelope game, the Russian roulette game.
Yeah.
Question comes, why didn't the the businessman just kill 456? He could have killed him, right? But here's why. Because although these people are ruthless, they go by a set of rules. So they stick to the rules. So, which tells me the front man doesn't know what's going on with these harvested organs. I don't think he knows what's going on.
Hmm. Could be. Could be. I'll buy
Yeah,
that for a
he
dollar.
doesn't know what's going on.
So that part kind of happened. They kind of got into it with her. Uh she pretty much rebelled. Like, I'll do what I want
Mhm.
to do, basically. So that part was over. Then you had the storyline with 456 telling people they need to sleep on the floor because people get killed in the middle of the night. And 001 was like, do you really think that happens here? Even though he was the main guy in the first one. So he knows
Mhm.
it happens. But he was like, do you really think that happens? He's like, yo, I seen things in here. 456, that I think see things in here that you would not believe what people will do. So it's interesting. Their dynamic still moving forward. And then you have 222, the pregnant woman, who decided to go use the bathroom. And the old woman was like, I'll go with you. And they were like, take
Mhm.
somebody with you. It's not safe. So they all went to the bathroom. Then transgender decided to go to the bathroom. It was funny. The old woman was like, "It's a female. She's a female." But remember, like you said, she still has
Mhm.
her male part. So it's
Mhm.
interesting. She was allowed to go to the bathroom. 222 was in the bathroom. She was crying. They thought the pregnancy was coming because everybody thinks she's far along. And basically saying, I'm scared. They're giving her that warm and fuzzy.
Mhm.
Fast forward, that's kind of it until the next game. Did I miss anything in there? Mick Williams, help us out too. I still don't see how the pregnant woman made it in there. Oh, that's good. That's a good point. I don't know how she made it through there either.
Made it to what?
The game, how she was even allowed to play the game.
Well, I don't think they care
True.
if you're, old, young, pregnant, or whatever. They just see a desperate person. And remember, you mentioned it last episode. She has a relationship with the guy
Yeah,
who had that
333.
YouTube channel who was running the coin and stuff like that.
Right, right.
So remember when she was about to get her abortion, but she changed her mind. So this is probably a way for her to gain some money to take care of her baby. But while we wait for anyone that may have come in the comments and asked something else, here's another thing I noticed.
Here we go.
Remember in the conversation in the limo when the front man had his conversation with 456 and he was comparing the games or the choices to like the Matrix blue pill, red pill.
Yep.
You notice it was reversed for the O's and X's because like the O's are blue, the X's are red, right? And he was talking about the choices in the Matrix. I hope I don't mess this up because I'm not a big Matrix guy.
Mhm.
But I was thinking about it the other night, the red and blue color are reversed in the game. Remember, have you seen the Matrix?
Yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about, the blue pill, red pill.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Blue pill and the red pill. Do you know the significance behind the blue and the red
No.
pill? Uh,
I know the blue
because I
pill
was
means you go to the matrix or something, and the red pill means you don't play.
Exactly. So the blue pill means you go to the Matrix, or
Yep.
maybe it was the other way
Yep.
around because I think in Squid Game, the blue means you stay, red means you go. Whereas in the Matrix, the blue means you go, and red means you stay, or something like that.
I'll
It's
look it up.
opposite.
No, the red pill. So in the Matrix, Neo takes the red pill.
Mm-hmm.
So the red pill allows Neo to see the reality outside of the Matrix illusion.
Mm-hmm.
Also chosen the red pill, but later regretted. Okay, blah blah blah. Yeah, so I just looked that up right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you
I
can
just
take the
found
blue
that.
pill and the story ends. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're right.
I
Yeah,
think it was
now I see
split.
what you're saying. Yeah, it is
I
flipped.
thought that
It
was
is flipped.
interesting.
Are they related? Have any relation between Squid Games and the Matrix? Like any of the
Nah,
actors?
this is a Korean director,
Okay,
a
so
South
no.
Korean director.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, I thought it was interesting the dynamics between Thanos, his little flunky, the little scared dude, and the girl. Because remember, he was going around in the Asian culture, they show a lot of respect to the elder. So Thanos flunky was trying to make that young dude go around and count people. And then Thanos was like, stop.
Oh yeah.
Who's the oldest? And he was going around and stuff like that. Like, oh, it's settled. You two are the same age. She's older than you, and blah, blah, blah. It's just funny. A little irritating, but funny.
All right. Something about the money. So if you guys think about it, I'm looking this up so I don't remember this, but the current player's share is 78 million won, which is only $54,000.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a lot of money when you think, well, in hindsight, to risking your life is not a lot of money. So that's how much, if they would have walked away, they would have got. So then it moved on to the third game, the start of the third game, which I'm a little confused on. Is there anything else I'm missing before? Because that's kind of ends the episode between now and the third game. Hey,
No.
shout out to the subscriber for our YouTube. Appreciate that. I guess you can't see that, but I wish the subscribe goal would go up. But maybe it'll take a minute for that. Shout out to the subscriber on there. If you guys not in here, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Appreciate that.
Get this.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm about to have that. I'm about to animate that. Ooh, I'm about to animate that. Good call. Good call. I wish the YouTube sub goal would go up. I'll work on that. So we do have one goal. We do have one going for 100 in a year.
Yeah.
We do have one. So anyway, so going to the what do you call that? The third game. I don't know if you have anything to add between second and third game.
Nah.
Okay. So going to the third game, you have it's a game where it's like a merry-go-round, and they have to stand in the middle, and then the goal is there'll be a number that pops up like 12, and they have to get in groups of 12 and go through the door and stand there. They got 30 seconds, and then they got to come back, and that's where it ends. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just music going around, and they have a kind of a thought process. Like if it's two people, me and you gonna match up. If it's three, my thing is if they say, she said the third game is ruthless. Don't spoil it.
Oh yeah, it is.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. I'll watch it tomorrow. We'll be back on tomorrow. We can talk about it. So the interesting thing is they talk about as far as if we have 1, 2, 3, but they don't say like if we have 15. They said if we have 15, we'll basically just figure it out. So I'm interested to see what that first number is going to be.
Yeah.
You told me it was ruthless. That's spoiling it.
I'm curious. I want to hear y'all thoughts. I know we're still early in the season, and we probably likely won't see all the games like we did in season 1 before we get to season 3. But just comparing the first couple of games in season 1 and season 2. So just to recap, in season 1, first game was red light, green light. That was the same thing they had in season 2.
Correct.
Then game number 2 was I think it was the honeycomb game,
In season 1?
season 1.
Yes.
And then season 1, the 3rd game was the one with the marbles, where you had to go around and collect marbles.
No, that was later on.
What was number 3 then?
Let me see. So first game was red light, green light. Tug of war was the third game.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm looking it up right now.
Interesting.
So
Okay, so tug of war.
marbles, glass break, Squid Game.
Okay. So comparing red light, green light, honeycomb game, tug of war
Mhm.
against red light, green light, the Fudge, don't tell me. Red light, green light, then the pentathlon.
Correct.
Just those 2 games. Compare. Okay, so eliminate red light, green light because they both had them.
Mm-hmm.
But the pentathlon versus the honeycomb game, which one was your favorite?
Pentathlon versus the honeycomb. Pentathlon.
Mhm.
I wasn't a
agree.
fan of the honeycomb.
It was kinda weird seeing them look at dang piece of cookie, but it was interesting when they was running out of time. It was like,
Yeah, yeah.
that was interesting.
But
And then, so far, based off the characters in season 1 and season 2, what are your favorites?
season 1 had a lot better characters. I think season 2 is kind of going all over the place with characters. It's kind of hard to really keep up. Yeah, McWilliams said pentathlon as well. Season 2 characters are kind of hard to keep up, be honest. It's got a lot going on. It's got a lot going on. 456
Has
is
anyone
like,
wondered
go ahead.
has anyone wondered why we haven't seen any of the elite yet? You know, the guys behind the mask? I guess we have to wait till season 3 for that?
Like, who you mean the elite?
Remember the guys in season 1 that was wearing a different gold mask on their head watching the games in season
Oh,
1?
yeah. The
Yeah.
people
We
pretty
haven't
much.
even seen them yet.
That's a good point. That's a good
Or
point.
maybe season 3.
I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that at all.
Mhm.
I'm worried about this sub goal right now. But anyway, I'll worry about it later. Yeah, see, like Mitt Williams says, I like the storyline of season 1 better. I think season 1 did a lot better. This one is trying to do too much stories and not enough games. I think the whole part about Squid Games is the games. Everybody likes the games and how they happen, but it seems like for the last 2 seasons, it's like they started the games and they don't show until the next episode. I guess if you binge watch it, it's not a big deal, but I'm trying to take it one episode at a time, and it's kind of
Mhm.
frustrating. I'm gonna watch the other episode tonight. We'll talk about it tomorrow, but it's kind of frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say it seems like the the storyline with the front man in 456, the only thing I'm not a big fan of is they trying to make it a little bit too similar. Because you remember with Ilnam in season 1, Player oh 01, he started off trying to gain the trust of everybody,
Mhm.
and he kinda befriended 456 at one point. And it's the same for the front man. He's gaining everybody's trust. He's sticking close to 456. And you just waiting for when he's gonna turn on him. You know, it's
Yep.
like, it's gonna happen.
Yep.
When is it
Yep.
gonna happen? I mean, it seems like right now, you could almost argue like, yo, maybe he'll have a change of heart. But it's like, yo, I wonder if this dude's gonna turn on him. I mean, like, it's coming. It's gotta be coming, right? And
Gotta
how is
be
it gonna
coming.
happen?
Yeah. Gotta
And
be
then
coming.
the other thing is, I'm waiting to see what happens with the front man's brother. Isn't it strange that the front man's brother,
The cop?
he shot his brother, he falls off the cliff. Then later in season 2, he gets found by some fishermen who befriends him and continues to take him out to this island for years, and they never can find it. Then they finally got a lead, and then the fisherman, remember the fisherman's asking all these questions?
Mhm. The
Don't
fisherman
that
has
make
an
you
interesting
suspicious?
part. He has an interesting part. Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems to, you know what? I'll tell you what I won't tell you what Chief said. She had another theory
I know what
about the
she gonna
fisherman.
say. I know what she gonna say, and I thought about that when I first. Because 'cause I'll just say this. Oh, man. I don't want to give up any. Here's my thing. I find it strange that they found his tracking device.
Yes, that's part one.
Somebody
Oh, somebody
somebody is a
snitched.
snitch.
Yeah.
I
Unless
think
they
it's the
check
boat. I
everybody's
think it's the
teeth.
captain. I
But
think it's the captain.
yeah, we need at least 7 more seasons that have questions. Yeah.
Dang.
I got a lot of questions too. I don't get a lot of things or understand a lot of things, but we'll keep it moving and see how it goes. But yeah, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Episode 5. McWilliams, really appreciate you being a part of the live conversation. Go back and watch this after you watch season 5. Tell us where we're wrong, where we're right, what we
Cowboys
missed,
suck.
what we got, what we didn't get. And we'll be back on again, man. A quick little 30 minute podcast and we'll be good. I'll try to work on these sub goal things. I don't know why. We should have 1% because somebody just subbed. So work on that. I don't know why that's not showing up, but appreciate y'all for going on YouTube and subbing that. Facebook goal. I'm not sure why. Said DC, why you gonna start? I don't know why the Facebook goal. I don't know how to get that goal. Subscribe. You can't subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, I guess. I'm not really sure. But it's up there. Might delete it if I can't figure it out and use the YouTube sub goal. That's pretty cool. But looking for 100 subs in a year. I'm going to play Duck Hunt with the Eagle. Yo, that's pretty
not
good.
really that funny.
That's
not
good.
really. You shouldn't even laugh after what happened last night.
Yo, we just need to fire the people that can't call
Y'all
timeouts.
garbage. Let's just say
Timeout.
Atlanta's garbage.
Timeout.
Y'all garbage, bro. Every time y'all about to win, y'all just fail miserably. Miserably.
All I needed to do was
You
Time
guys
out.
are like almost worth. You guys are taking the place of Detroit. Like y'all cannot catch a break. Y'all can't catch a break.
all I need to
But
do
y'all
is
kicker
just,
missed that field goal last night. Instead of going like this, they should went like this.
okay. All I needed him to do was just timeout. Timeout. That's it. Just timeout. Anyway, don't want to relive yesterday. I'll figure this out. Anyway, unpopular celebrity. You got anything to add before we sign off?
No, thank you. Yeah, thank you for all those who watched, especially for the subscriber we got today. This is for you. We appreciate it. You can catch our show every other Sunday where we do an actual podcast where we talk about anything and everything. Feel free to join us on there. And you can also catch more of our videos on YouTube as well as Facebook. And on the last Friday or last Sunday of the month, we usually do a segment called The Corner where we let all our listeners have an opportunity to jump on live with us and talk and vibe and about anything you want. Your boss, your spouse, the guy at the supermarket, the guy who cut you off on the corner or on the highway. We talk about whatever you want. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you.
And, we'll
And
get on
Happy
Squ-
New Year, guys. Enjoy your New Year's. Be safe out there. Don't drink and drive.
Okay, shirt.
Drink responsibly.
Okay, shirt. So we'll
And
get
go
on
Birds.
tomorrow, hopefully, and then New Year's Day with conclusion of Squid Games. And move on.
go
Maybe
Birds.
move on to something else, some more reactions. These are pretty fun. All right, we out here. Unpopular celebrities. We out.
Go Birds.
It's not gonna do it. It's not gonna do it. Dang it. All right, we